Jasmine was determined to make sure they did since she thought things couldn't get any Miss Jazzier. But this narrative is about to blow up, sweetheart. Oh, you thought the drama between Kirk Frost and Jasmine was done. Rumor has it that Kirk recently asked for full custody of their son Cannon, and witnesses say that Jasmine did not handle it well when she suddenly showed up at Kirk's house yelling. News reports are coming in that Kirk's house was attacked, and guess who's at the center of the chaos, Jasmine? Trust me, the events that transpired are straight out of a reality TV script. It didn't stop there. Oh no, security was allegedly called, and the fallout. Oh, it's going to get serious, singing loudly, smashing furniture, and even threatening Kirk directly. So what made Jasmine lose it? And why did Kirk choose to take full control of what's going to happen next, Cannon? The TM is about to pour, so you best pay attention, honey. Things are about to heat up. Let's begin. Since the latest argument between Kirk Frost and Jasmine is so tumultuous, by which I mean that reality TV producers are probably just relaxing at home. Although Kirk and Jasmine have had their share of ups and downs, let's pay note because their most recent outburst is going to change everything. Let's go back a little and explain how we got here because, trust me, this isn't a random conflict. Rather, it's the culmination of years of hatred, treachery, and manipulation. If you have been following Kirk and Jasmine's toxic relationship, you are already aware that it is erupting and that the public is now witnessing it. They have never had a stable relationship. When it was revealed that Kirk had fed a child with her while still married to Rashida, Jasmine first became well known. Remember the scandal that almost brought down love and hip-hop Atlanta? When the truth came out, Rashida was publicly humiliated while Kirk was out here enjoying himself with Jasmine behind her back. Kirk's adultery was one thing, but having a child with Jasmine was an all different level of disdain. Even though Kirk and Jasmine's drama persisted, Rashida stayed despite the treachery, but oh no, things only got worse after Cannon was born. Jasmine came out here and asked Kirk for more money, not just regular child support, but CIS wanted luxury child support, which would cover Cannon's lavish lifestyle, tuition for elite schools, and expensive clothes, and Kirk would not have it. In the present day, Kirk and Jasmine have been at odds about custody for years, has always had limited access to Cannon, and Jasmine made sure to keep that in place. Every time Kirk tried to get close to this child, Jasmine would tug, showing Kirk the receipts and saying that if he didn't comply, more of his dubious actions will be exposed. For a while, Kirk tried to be civil, but according to those with knowledge of the situation, Jasmine started going too far when she allegedly used Cannon to control Kirk. When Kirk noticed that his son was asking for more money and even threatening to reveal more details about Kirk's personal life, what did Kirk do? According to insiders, Kirk finally had enough and decided that the best course of action to protect Cannon and reclaim control was to file for full compensation. Custody, not joint custody, not extended visitation, but full custody. Kirk merely petitioned to have Cannon taken out of Jasmine's life. The revelation shocked everyone when the court filings were submitted. Jasmine supposedly lost everything, according to insiders. She was caught off guard by Kirk's decision, and I mean it when I say she lost it. Jasmine apparently started threatening Kirk over the phone. Jasmine was unable to handle the calls, texts, and official cut-off from Kirk, despite voicemails, irate texts, and even an appearance at Frost Bistro requesting to see him. However, the turning point allegedly came late on a Saturday night when Jasmine unexpectedly and in a deranged state showed up at Kirk's house. Jasmine was screaming and beating on the front door with her lumps in an attempt to break it up, according to witnesses. Kirk didn't open it, but Jasmine wasn't going to walk away that easily due to the visitor, so she went straight to Kirk's car, the same luxurious SUV he had bought the year before, and started keying it. Jasmine allegedly picked up a stone and threw it straight through the front window while Kirk was not looking, which is terrible. But it gets worse because security cameras reportedly recorded everything as soon as Jasmine broke the window. To put it mildly, The recording is not favorable because Jasmine was allegedly caught on camera shouting Kirk's name and threatening to ruin his life if he did. The most ridiculous part was that she was holding Kanan in her arms. Yes, she dragged Kanan into the mess with her, Jasmine, and she didn't go outside. "You hear me over my dead body," he said, "and you're not taking my son away from me." Kirk finally opened the door, but not to calm her down. No, sweetheart, he called security by unlocking the door. Witnesses said that when Kirk's security guards showed up, they immediately tried to persuade Jasmine to go, but she refused. According to reports, Jasmine lost it when she retreated and tried to shove her way past security to enter the house, but the guards blocked her path. Jasmine reportedly started kicking, screaming, striking the guards, and cursing at Kirk, but Kirk just stood there and shook his head. According to reports, "You're out of control because Jasmine Kirk yelled at you." Oh, she retaliated. "At that moment, you believe you can remove my son from me over my dead body, Kirk." Point. Neighbors had already started gathering outside, social media and photographers had already arrived, and some were using their phones to record. When the police eventually showed up, it was game over for them since the hashtag #JasmineLoses went popular on social media in a matter of minutes. Came in 10 minutes, and the footage of Jasmine being escorted out in handcuffs immediately went viral. According to reports, Kirk just stood there with his arms crossed and quivering, screaming that he was lying and trying to take my kid while the officers pulled Jasmine off the property. His head like he had moved on, but what was worse was that Kanan was crying as he stood there. When Jasmine responded, "Don't worry," at the end of the live video, Kirk allegedly bent over and hugged Kanan while whispering, "It's okay, buddy, Daddy's got you," as they were being loaded into the police vehicle. When the truth comes out, you will all find out who the real bad guy is, so Kirk needs to be ready. The real receipts will be what I show the court. What specific receipts is Jasmine talking to, if I may ask? Kirk wasn't amused because Kirk's attorney left less than an hour after Jasmine's live performance concluded, said in a statement to TMZ that Kirk Frost is asking for sole custody of his son Kanan due to the fact that the boy acts in an unpredictable and strange manner. He's committed to providing Kanan with a safe environment, mother. Things have improved though, because Kirk didn't just let his lawyer handle the situation. Speaking of which, Kirk posted a picture of himself and Kanan in the park on Instagram right away, writing, "My son comes first always." Kirk may have been messy in the past, but the comments revealed that they were dragging Jasmine as she was outside flinging bricks through windows. Jasmine needs to calm down before she actually loses custody because he seems to be the stable parent right now. However, while Jasmine was there, Kirk was reportedly already acting behind the scenes, and his legal team had already requested a temporary restraining order to keep Jasmine from seeing him and Kanan until the custody hearing. As it turns out, Jasmine disregarded the order when she showed up at Kirk's house the night before, which suggests that she could be charged with a crime in addition to losing custody of Kanan. The most strange part is that the custody hearing hasn't even started yet, so the main question is whether Jasmine will truly move on from this or if she just threw away any chance of keeping Kanan in her life. Because if Kirk's team does have the receipts they claim to have, and if Rob does show up on the witness stand, then the drama is far from over, honey. Jasmine may be done, but she will be there, and she, oh sister, better hope Kirk doesn't have any more dirt to unload, because it seems like Kirk may have all the cards. The custody hearing is scheduled for next week, and you are well aware of the cameras. Part 3 of the fallout is going to take things to a whole new level, so if you thought things couldn't get any messier, my love, get ready. This is because Kirk wasn't just watching the drama unfold following Jasmine's disastrous Instagram live. Oh no, he was utilizing power moves. Take me back to the morning after Jasmine's meltdown, when Kirk was already up. The fallout and behind-the-scenes scenes. Oh, it's going to be worse. It's over for her, Kirk. Jasmine's live feed went viral, receiving millions of views on TikTok and Twitter as he drank his coffee early and perused the social media chaos. Jasmine actually thought that going live would help her case grow be serious, and you know Kirk was, so she decided to call his lawyer and get full custody today. Jasmine recently admitted using Kirk's money for personal needs, and the Instagram comments were brutal. Insiders claimed that Kirk was sitting there essentially taking notes on everything Jasmine said during the live stream because, guess what? Jasmine just gave Kirk's legal team all the ammunition they needed to undermine her in court. It is problematic because Kirk's legal team may now allege that Jasmine was misusing the money when she admitted that Kirk had been giving her money for Canaan, but kept part of it for herself. According to a source close to Kirk's team, Kirk planned to use child support money, which could be used as proof of parental neglect. In court, Jasmine merely made Kirk's case much easier. To make things worse, Kirk's team just subpoenaed someone to appear at the custody court. All Kirk's lawyers have to do now is play it live in court, and Jasmine's credibility will rise. Oh, you're not ready for this one, Rod. In reality, Jasmine's Kirk's attorneys made X, who has been defaming Jasmine for years and reared Canaan, rethink his mind, and it appears Rod is more than ready to tell the court everything about Jasmine's parenting. One source claims that Rod has been tired of her for some time because he has seen how unstable she is, and that Jasmine called when she realized Rod was testifying against her. When Rod finally picked up the phone after learning the news, she was screaming, "You really G-toed with Kirk over me after everything?" 10 times in a row, Rod allegedly said, "I'm doing what's best for Canaan after everything we've been through." And that's when Jasmine reportedly lost it. Claimed that after Jasmine showed up at Rod's apartment later that day, hammering on his door and shouting loudly enough for the neighbors to hear, security allegedly called to ask her to leave the building, and guess what? That small incident ended up in Kirk's court documents, which Jasmine is essentially passing Kirk has handled this custody dispute well, but now things get much more complicated because you thought Jasmine couldn't make things work. Even worse for herself, she committed the most reckless error when, that same evening, Jasmine showed up at Kirk's restaurant with Canaan. Yes, after learning that Rod was testifying against her, and after Jasmine was given a restraining order after a viral outburst, she showed up at Kirk's place like Kirk was sitting in the restaurant when Jasmine entered with Canaan by her side, acting as if nothing had happened. His face changed instantaneously when he saw her at the bar, according to witnesses, and he got up to go talk to her. Kirk reportedly clenched his teeth and responded, "I'm here to talk." "Why are you here?" "We have nothing to discuss," Jasmine stated coolly. "Oh, she wasn't," Jasmine replied in response to Kirk's retort. Retreating, "I won't leave until we have a conversation." Witnesses said that while Kirk was trying to remain calm, Jasmine was starting to make a scene. Canaan was standing there, looking confused, while Jasmine started to yell. Yes, she was yelling from the back of the police cruiser. "Kirk, I assure you that you will regret this. Social media is already talking about this, and you're going to regret it." Kirk embraces Canaan despite actually calling the police regarding Jasmine's detention. Whoa, this drama is on a whole other level. The worst part is that Jasmine's madness is only getting started. Currently, Jasmine, if you thought that Jasmine's outburst at Kirk's was the end of the world, you're not ready for what's going to happen next. You're facing accusations. Kirk is moving forward with his custody dispute. Things are going to get even more complicated. And the fallout, oh, it's coming. The house was terrible, honey. You haven't seen anything yet. The internet went into full meltdown mode as Jasmine was carried away in handcuffs. We're already at odds over the custody issue, but when the video of Jasmine's arrest went viral, it was open season. I can guarantee you that by this time, Jasmine had lost a lot of people, and Kirk had to gain complete custody of her once she arrived at his house with the child. Twitter was blazing and it wasn't holding back, and started slamming objects. I know she needs help, but why do I think Kirk would have pushed her this far? The video of Jasmine is the most strange feature. However, the official stated that the real story started to emerge as soon as the police report was out, thus being imprisoned wasn't even the worst part. Jasmine was charged with trespassing, property destruction, and resisting arrest. But that's not even the nasty part. Guess what else? The story claims that Kirk applied for a restraining order before Jasmine even showed up at the house. So no, Kirk wasn't. Instead, he was seeking custody of Cannon by purposefully trying to keep Jasmine away from him and their son. When the blogs learned of this, one fan commented that Kirk had been trying to get rid of Jasmine, saying, "Oh, this man had a plan." Another fan said, "Jasmine should take a seat." People lost their minds. Although she had been acting strangely for some time, if Kirk had a restraining order before she lost it, this is where things get really ugly because, while Jazz was in a holding cell trying to figure out how it happened, Kirk was already working behind the scenes to make sure her life didn't go astray. She never got custody of Cannon again. Insiders claimed that when Jasmine was arrested, Kirk immediately called his lawyer to file for an emergency custody hearing. Kirk was ready to take Cannon away from Jasmine honestly and fully after the way she acted, so he wasn't wasting any time. Well, Kirk might have a case at that house. According to those with knowledge of the situation, Kirk's legal team is preparing to argue that Jasmine is an unfit mother. They have allegedly already compiled a list of evidence, including Jasmine's inconsistent behavior, and they have the receipts to back up their allegation. Jasmine had been paying child support, as evidenced by neighbor reports of her arguing and shouting in front of Cannon throughout the past year. The worst part is yet to come. Can you guess who else is Kirk's attorney? They cover personal expenses like expensive luggage and trips. With the intention of calling Jason's ex-boyfriend Rod as a witness, Rod is the same Rod who reared Cannon and effectively acted as a father figure to Kirk. It seems that Rod has been tired of Jasmine for a while. Insiders claim that Rod has been telling people that Jasmine has been losing her mind for months and that he is ready to testify that she has been manipulating and emotionally unstable with Cannon. He also claims that when the blog started assuming things about Rod, she was acting in this way. Jasmine's crew may have testified in court as they went into full damage control mode. When Jasmine said, "You're not taking my son from me," you truly believe that? This would bolster your claim. You had best finish it right away because Kirk told you to start it. Security had already started to close in on them by then. Jasmine went on to Kirk before she finished, saying, "You think you've won. You think you're going to take Cannon from me. You don't even know." When Kirk was done, he shouted, "Get her out of here," to the security guard. Security pulled Jasmine away as she started to cry. "You can't take my son and Cannon, and he can't do this to me," Kirk said. The worst part was that it was all caught on tape. Poor Cannon was crying as security removed Jasmine from the restaurant while she was still yelling outside. Kirk allegedly went up to his son and hugged him. The video, which showed Kirk standing there with Cannon and looking calm as security pulled Jasmine out, went viral on Twitter immediately after it was posted online. Yes, a nosy customer in the restaurant took out their phone and recorded the entire event. Appears to be a stable parent, but Jasmine's case is being seriously harmed by her seeming instability. Since the video basically confirms Kirk's assertion that Jasmine is unpredictable, unstable, and a threat to Cannon's mental health, I know that Kirk's team was ecstatic. I feel terrible for Cannon because the baby doesn't deserve this chaos. According to a source close to Kirk, this movie was necessary for his lawyers. Jasmine is essentially ceding custody to Kirk now, but the real kicker is on the horizon, because sources state that Jasmine's lawyer abandoned her once the video became viral. Yes, Jasmine's client was her own lawyer. Naturally, I'm out since Jasmine had been ignoring her lawyer's advice for weeks and showing up at Kirk's house and restaurant after being in an accident with the last one was the restraining order. Kirk, yes, and according to jubilant sources, Kirk is already legal. The group is currently attempting to obtain Jasmine, considered to be mentally unwell, hence, give Kirk full custody of Cannon and Jasmine, both legally and physically. Oh honey, she is in a downward spiral. The next day, she went back to Instagram and posted a long, passionate caption stating their attempt to, "I'm not crazy, but you people don't get a mother who loves her child enough to take my son away." comprehend the whole story, even though it could be too late now because of the court hearing. Rod. Kirk will certainly win this lawsuit, but the drama, even that Jasmine isn't finished, it's far from over. Kirk is ready to testify regarding the extensively circulated film of the breakdown of Jasmine and her own live working against her, shutting sources without fighting over her, declaring that she plans to release her own legal bombshell in court, and whether or not it will actually reveal some of Kirk's darkest secrets is the main question. Now, will Jasmine perform a miracle and keep Cannon in custody, or is Kirk prepared to depart with total control over his son's future, and whether Jasmine has a lot of grudges against Kirk, honey? Might not go as Kirk anticipates. But one thing is for sure there. The custody battle is expected to get hot. Messier, be mindful, since when the court date comes up, it will be explosive. Thus, the main question at this point is, what will happen next? Will Kirk depart? Do you have total control, or does Jasmine have it? What's your last tactic? Regarding Rod, will he actually defend Kirk's side in court? This conflict is far from over, honey. Please let me know what you think. In your opinion, does Jasmine stand out among the comments? A risk, or will Kirk accept the victory? And if you're ready for what comes next, that subscriber got a shocking update. Press the button and turn on the notifications, because trust me, for the next stage of this drama, oh no, the mess will just get worse.